Men are chilling at home as society is collapsing. We are going through very tumultuous times. Be aware. Today's video comes from the Snyder Report. His channel will be linked in the description so that you can go check him out and support him. Watch to the end of the video to fully understand the implications of where things are heading as a new president is about to be sworn in, how this is going to affect us all, and what you can do to protect yourself as things get rocky out there. And now, let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
Americans will be charged and arrested very soon. That is what we are hearing. And no, this has nothing to do with a mass deportation event. This has nothing to do with illegal immigration or the crisis at the US-Mexico border. This has everything to do with retail, with our economy, and with the new upcoming president, Donald Trump. So I'll break down what's going on at this time. I'm going to read a comment from a police officer as well and explain their side and their position on this. So for the past 4 years, we've seen a lot of theft, but we've seen no prosecution. We've seen no arrest. We haven't even seen retail stores trespass any of these people. But here's why I think this is interesting. The police are welcoming Donald Trump's return to the White House. That's what we know. They backed him. But what is this going to do? Well, I've heard a lot of reports on how Donald Trump's going to turn the economy around. It's going to just be a bull market. We're going to see everything return to normal. But according to one person, returning to normal is not necessarily a good thing in this particular instance. So I'm going to break that down in a moment. But I want to explain one thing. I was talking to a friend of mine just recently. He was saying for the past 4 years, theft has been increasing. He's actually had to shut several of his stores because of theft.
And guys, just to remind you, the financial world is changing fast and you can't afford to be left behind. At Angry's Crypto Academy, we're here to arm you with the knowledge you need to navigate the volatile world of cryptocurrency. Whether you're a complete beginner or looking to safeguard your wealth, when the banks finally fail, our courses are designed to give you the edge. Don't wait until it's too late. Join Angry's Crypto Academy today and secure your financial future before it's too late. The clock is ticking and the time to act is now.
He said police couldn't do anything about it and they were being told just let the thefts occur, then file a insurance claim to take care of all the losses and everything will be good. You will be fine. But then we started to hear more and more reports from the insurance companies that they're going to have to increase the insurance premiums to cover the claims that they're having to pay out. Well, that's where stores took it upon themselves. Look at this. It says grocery store closing due to theft and safety concerns. It says the Natural Grocers at Colfax Avenue and Washington Street is closing on October 31st due to retail theft and safety issues. It says right here, persistent theft prompts Walgreens closure in Maryland's White Oak Shopping Center. Right here it says locked cabinets and reduced hours and store closures. Retail theft in New York City. What we've seen is everything is locked up. You go into a Walgreens, a CVS, a Rite Aid, you go into even a Walmart. In some cases, the store associates have to take out their phone, scan the little lock cabinet just so you can get in it. Yeah, that's how serious this has become. But this is why I'm showing this to you, because of this. It says more national retailers drop self-checkout to fight retail theft. It says as chains see increased shoplifting, they're looking for ways to fight back. Well, here's how they're going to fight back. Donald Trump is going to be the president as of January 20th, 2025, in 2 months. So guess what's happening now? They are preparing. Retailers are preparing for this change in leadership. But I want to read this to you. It says Trump is not going to stand by and allow thefts to continue. And in fact, he's going to demand more money for local law enforcement in exchange for them to do their jobs and arrest and charge more people. Now, what does all this have to do with self-checkout. Well, it's exactly what I've been warning you guys of for probably 2 to 3 years. Be careful, because in self-checkout, you can actually get burned. Listen to this. So businesses have been closing down left and right. Obviously, that's a problem. But what is considered theft? Okay. Well, theft, or just petty theft, just to put it pretty bluntly, petty theft, I think in California is anything under $950. Here in the state of Washington, I think it's $750 and less. That's considered petty theft. Shoplifting is when you steal multiple items that exceed the limit. So in Washington State, $750, California, $950. Okay? Shoplifting has become a concern, but it's petty theft for the average citizen.
So you guys might wonder, what does this have to do with men leaving society, men chilling at home? It's quite simple. You have fewer police officers that are on the streets today than you did 4 years ago. You have fewer criminals being apprehended. You have larger amounts of crime. You have men who have actively walked away from society and now they're looking the other way. Women are going around and saying, "Where are all the men? When I go shopping, there are no men at the convenience store anymore. There are no men shopping for groceries anymore. Men are disappearing from society." This is a direct consequence of what has happened in Western society. Men are never going to return to society. Even if society, Donald Trump is able to turn things around and they're able to put policies in place, and I don't think they're going to be able to go that far, that essentially provide proper protections for men in society from things like false allegations or spousal, or alimony, lifetime alimony or paternity fraud. Even if these things are reversed, men are not going to go back to society. They're absolutely not. All right. What are men doing right now? Men are preparing for the storm. Men are walking away from Western society, relationships in Western society, and they are focusing on themselves. They are putting their money in gold, silver, and crypto, especially. All right. I know so many guys that basically diversify right now, and they don't care if their investments go down to zero. But that's not what's going to happen, guys. As things get worse, I'm telling you, you're going to have more men becoming millionaires and thriving and making lots of money in this greater depression as women are facing extraordinary amounts of poverty. You're going to have higher rates of women, significantly higher rates of women in the workforce in some areas, and yet you're going to have significantly higher rates of women in poverty. And the question is going to be, why are women doing so poorly? And they'll keep on trying to cite things like the gender pay gap which does not exist. And the more that they do this, the more that they make these claims, the less that they're actually going to be able to help women, because they're basically gaslighting them and telling them, "Oh, you're a victim, when the reality is that they are making more money than men, and they've been making substantially more. But the fact is that women do not have the same financial literacy that the average man does. Women are risk adverse. They do not know about things like cryptocurrency, or they hear of it, but they don't understand it very well, and they are not going to take the same kinds of risks that men are. And while the center of a woman's life in Western society is consumerism, men are finding freedom in simplicity. For the average man, simplicity is a luxury. So men are taking their income, they're basically living below their means, and then they're investing everything else. Right now, one Bitcoin is over $90,000. It's last I checked, it was like right around 94,000. It's headed to 100,000, which is a psychological barrier. And once it breaks $100,000, guys, from there it's also going to skyrocket again. It's headed to 500,000 and then 1 million. For many people, you will not be able to own a Bitcoin. And for people that own a Bitcoin, they are going to have banks and other institutions just begging them to have custody of it, and they will pay them large amounts of interest just to have custody of that Bitcoin. Don't forget that Donald Trump said that they're going to invest at least $1 trillion and create and use Bitcoin as a reserve. as a reserve, and it will not, and those coins cannot be sold for 20 years. $1 trillion. That's again, that's only going to result in it skyrocketing more. He's creating an advisory council to the president for cryptocurrency. Guys, it is going to the moon. I just want to let you guys know, for those of you that missed out on Bitcoin, it is not too late. There is another cryptocurrency that is going to skyrocket. It's going to do 100 times to 1,000 times where it is right now. And it is not in the top 10 of it's not in the top 10 coins. It's not even in the top 20. And right now I am dumping about $10,000 into this crypto. 10,000, because I am that confident about this coin. I'm warning you guys. I'm warning you guys. I'm telling you, don't mess up. Do not miss out this time. The financial world is transforming at lightning speed, and the opportunity to build life-changing wealth is vanishing fast. Bitcoin has skyrocketed past $90,000 and is racing towards 100,000, already out of reach for most people. But there's one specific cryptocurrency still poised to explode 100 times or even 1,000 times in this coming bull run. This is your chance to act before the masses catch on. With Donald Trump confirming a $1 trillion US crypto investment as a national wealth reserve, you can't afford to ignore this moment. At Angry's Crypto Academy, we'll teach you everything you need to know, from buying and selling this cryptocurrency anonymously and crypto in general anonymously, to creating a decentralized bank account. Even if you know nothing about crypto, we'll guide you every step of the way. The clock is ticking, and this cryptocurrency won't stay under the radar for long. Don't miss your chance. Join Angry's Crypto Academy today and uncover the one crypto that could make you rich. You can find Angry's Crypto Academy linked in the description, and to find out what crypto we are talking about, also you can find that linked in the description. Guys, do not miss out on this opportunity. It is not going to come again. Don't be that guy that's like, oh, crypto is a scam, man. Don't be like the boomers. Don't be like the boomers. Half of all the boomers are heading towards homelessness right now. I mean, yeah, guys, that's something we need to point out. Like, boomer homelessness is insane. Back in 1990, it was only around 5% of people in the United States were homeless. Today, almost half of new homeless people are baby boomers. They are the fastest growing generation of people, fastest growing group of people to become homeless in the US. Half of all baby boomers have no retirement savings at all. And then 70% of those who do have some retirement savings have less than $100,000. Now factor in that the average baby boomer needs $53,000 a year to survive, okay? That the money that they have in savings is nothing at all. It is not going to help them. All of the people who voted for Biden, those were the baby boomers. Those were 100% the baby boomers, okay? But what we saw in this election was something very interesting. We had a lot of people from other generations that came together to vote Trump back in. And that means a lot. What that tells us is that the power of the boomers is beginning to crumble. Roughly half of every tax dollar goes towards subsidizing the living of the boomers. It's crazy. It's crazy numbers. To paying for their Social Security, paying for their Medicare, and other health-related and food necessities, health-related housing, and everything else that they need. Almost 50 cents of every tax dollar goes towards paying for the baby boomers, guys. This is mad. This is insane. This is insane. That's one of the reasons why, guys, this money isn't worth crap anymore. All right? And there are people who are like, oh, you can't make purchases using Bitcoin. You can't make purchases using crypto. Guys, people have been buying houses with crypto for years. They've been buying houses with crypto for years, paying everything with crypto. And one of the big benefits of doing this is it avoids a lot of the elements of taxation. Okay? It's so important having that availability. And you have even cryptocurrency cards, cryptocurrency debit cards that you can use to make your purchases. Yes, you can get a guys, there are so many ways that you can shop using crypto. If you don't understand this stuff, again, guys, check out the Cryptocurrency Academy, Angry's Cryptocurrency Academy, link to the description, because we provide you with all of those details. But guys, the economy is falling apart. A lot of people are going to be facing arrest right now, and men are going to be watching as this collapse unfolds around us.
This is what could be troubling. Listen to this right here. This is a comment I received the other day. This person wrote to me and says, and I quote, "Please share this with your audience," in bold letters. "When Trump enters office this next year, we are going to see things go back to normal on the police front, but with one issue: self-checkout. Self-checkout has become a constant battle with retailers and us, as we are always called to help arrest people for stealing goods from their stores. But we've been handcuffed ourselves and couldn't do a thing. That will change very soon when Donald Trump steps in. But I also want to give you and your audience this warning. Don't use self-checkout, as it doesn't matter how you steal an item, the stores will still want you charged and arrested. But if you do use self-checkout and you make it to your car and realize that you took something without paying, go back in and pay for it or return it immediately." Okay, I've told you this before. Don't use self-checkout, especially if you have a cart full of items, because all it takes is one item to be forgotten about, right? You forget to scan it. Maybe you pick two up out of the cart, you scan one item, and you put them both in the bag.
Now, what's really interesting about the situation is ask yourself, who are the people that are going to be most affected by this? It's hard to hear it, but the people that are going to be most affected by this are very much going to be women. Women are going to be heavily affected by these changes, by what's occurring here, because most men have walked away from society. Most men have left society. Most men are doing their shopping in the early mornings or doing their shopping online, even for food. A lot of guys are going to specialty grocers and places where there is no self checkout. So these events, I saw a video of this where this woman basically had to go up against a security guard who accused her of stealing. And modern women have created this reality for themselves where now Big Brother, the state, is now watching you, and these corporations, they don't see you as human beings. There's so many people who were arrested at Walmart for stealing, and then they were convicted even though they didn't steal anything, and it was proven they didn't steal anything. They still ended up having to go to court. Some of them lost their jobs, they lost custody of their children. It screwed up their lives. And then when Walmart found out what they did, Walmart said that, this situation only affected a small portion of our customers. Walmart is committed to protecting their retail store. They made it very clear they could care less about the customers that were arrested. They didn't even want to acknowledge or barely acknowledge that these people never stole anything. That's Walmart for you. And it's not just Walmart, it's corporations in general. They don't care about you. If you want me to really spell it out for you, they hate you. Okay? These companies, these large companies, 99% of them do not like us. All right. They are filled with absolute disdain for us as consumers. They see us as ants and they just want to extract wealth and resources from us as much as possible. They want to enslave us. Okay. We don't live in a democracy, nor do we live in a republic. We live in a federal corporation. All of these cities are selling bonds. And all of these cities in the United States are facing bankruptcy. They operate entirely as corporations. The United States government operates as a corporation. Basically, there was some change that occurred in the 1800s, something that they signed into law. And after they basically went down this path, we have been a federal corporation since. That's how the United States is structured. To business school, that was one of the things I studied. I studied business and I also studied computer science. And in business school, one of the things they teach you is that a corporation, a company, is not a person. Its job is to make money for its shareholders. It does not have a soul. Do not be disillusioned by that, because a lot of people are disillusioned by these things. Oh, this is it. They think of a company as a person. It is not a person. Even if the law will treat a business like a person and give them the same rights as a person, it is not a person. It does not have a soul. It is not a human being. It does not have a conscience. Its only job is to make money for its shareholders. And then a lot of the people that work for it, when they work for these companies, it's like they lose their damn minds because it's just about money. It's a soul. Companies today, most companies are soulless. And you have to watch yourself out there. Men, on the other hand, are just sitting back, having a Coke, a smile, and watching it all burn. And guys, let me ask you something. What would you do tomorrow if the banks froze your account? If you woke up, checked your balance, and couldn't access a single dollar? This isn't some far fetched scenario. When the economy crashes, and it will, big banks won't be able to honor deposits. Your hard earned money could be locked up, gone, or worth far less than you thought. This is why I created an expat's guide to decentralized banking and off the grid living. This course is your survival guide for protecting your wealth and escaping the chaos of a collapsing system. Here's what you'll learn: how to replace your bank account with crypto so you're in control, not the banks. How to get paid in crypto and avoid the fiat system entirely. How to access cash instantly using crypto, no middlemen, no delays, and advanced secret banking methods that let you protect and grow your money even without banks or crypto. This isn't just about staying ahead, it's about surviving the system, surviving when the system fails. When banks falter, when ATMs stop working, and when the world looks for answers, you'll already have one. The future is decentralized. If you don't prepare now, you'll be left scrambling later. Click the link in the description and access the course today. Protect yourself, your family, and your financial future before it's too late. This course isn't optional, it's essential. Take action now.
Right? That is stealing. It may be unintentional, but it's still stealing. This is where this warning's coming in. Don't use self-checkout, because in the past 3-4 years, we've been somewhat protected. But if Donald Trump comes in and says, you know what, I want the local law enforcement, I want the state police, I want all these, the law enforcement to have more funding to be able to do their job, to keep the American people safe, to protect our belongings, to keep retail safe, and to keep retail costs somewhat down. Well, if he says, I'm going to give you more money, but in exchange, you have to do your job. If somebody is stealing, you need to charge them. You need to arrest them, right? Well, just to give you an idea, I'm not going to go through every single state because, number one, you'd be bored, and I don't have time to do that. But I want to go through just Washington State, for example. Petty theft in Washington State is also known as theft in the third degree. Okay? It's the least serious theft crime. It is anything, if you steal anything less than $750, it's considered petty theft. Now, the penalty is up to 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. Keep in mind, stores can also impose civil penalties on you as well, such as fines. So you could have to pay these fines for an item that you may have taken that you didn't even realize. Didn't even realize it was in your cart. Okay? Keep that in mind. Always check your cart. Now, I'm bringing this to your attention for a couple reasons. Number one, we are about to see more funding go to police. Okay? Under Donald Trump, we are about to see the police force actually increase. There will be more police officers, not less. That's a good thing, right? We'll be safer. We're going to bring prices down. But in the meantime, there is a kind of side effect of this. That yes, there will be more arrests. There will be more penalties and fines, right? You are going to have to pay if you make this mistake. But here's another thing. And one person says it goes even further. If you scan an item 2 times and forget a different item, that is considered theft. So let's say you have you go to Target and you buy donuts and shoes, and you have some, a bottle of Pepsi, and you have some water. What if you scan the donuts twice, and you forget to scan the shoes, and you scan the Pepsi and the water, and you put it all in, pay for it, and off you go? Well, you scanned the donuts not just once, twice. How many times did you scan the pair of shoes? 0. That would be considered theft. Also, if you purposely scan a different barcode for a cheaper item and pass the more expensive item through, that is considered theft as well. So for instance, and we've seen this many times before, where people get like toys. Let's say they go and get a big Lego set and a small Lego set. Well, here's the thing. You take the 2 Lego sets and you scan, not the big one, you scan the small one twice. Guess what? Or you scan the small one, but you push the big one through. And that's like, I don't want this one too. I can't afford it. I'm gonna put this one back. And you only pay for the big Lego set and not the small one. Okay? That's theft. Okay? This is people trying to trick the system. It's not a trick, it's stealing. And now, according to reports, that once Donald Trump steps in, there's going to be some changes. We are going to see the police get their job back, where now they can start arresting people, charging people. Whether it's petty theft, it's a felony. You're stealing 5 big TVs that are $2,000 a piece. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can still be arrested. Okay? Listen to this stat right here. It says 21% of self-checkout users reported to accidentally taking an item without paying and not returning. 21%, which means that 1 out of every 5 people have taken an item accidentally, which is considered stealing, and yet they knew about it when they got to their car or when they got home, but yet did not take the item back or go pay for it.
There is going to be a lot of people headed to jail. There is going to be a lot of people finding themselves thrown into prison because they simply made a small mistake. But guys, it's no game anymore. Because of the actions of a small group of people, I shouldn't say small because it's still a large group, millions of people, these porch pirate Gen Zers and dishonest individuals in society. Now everyone is going to feel the brunt of it. What's really interesting about this is the fact that most men don't care because most men have walked away. Most men are chilling and relaxing right now and watching their crypto grow. Guys, there's so many guys on my channel that invested in Bitcoin, and it's just guys, one guy popped up my channel, like his portfolio, he started off in like 2016, 2017 with 3,500. It's at 1 million right now. $1 million right now. That's what his cryptocurrency portfolio is at. Okay? You guys have to be, guys, don't play around. Don't play around. Okay? You need to be preparing. This is the Greater Depression. Elon Musk has already said, guys, they're gonna be cutting every department. Every department is getting cut. Okay? Dr. Oz has been nominated to be like the secretary of to take control of Medicare, and he's saying that he's gonna privatize it. Everyone is going to feel it. The boomers, guys, are in so much trouble. I had no idea, but I've been hearing about Medicare, and evidently the boomers also get access to things like food and groceries, and don't have to pay for medication. So a lot of them on Medicare. A lot of that stuff is going to go. Many of them are going to lose access to those things. So while Donald Trump has said that he won't get rid of Social Security, he's not going to get rid of Medicare, that doesn't mean that they won't change Medicare. That doesn't mean that they won't change Social Security. One of the things that will potentially happen under Trump is the retirement age for Social Security very well will go up, because it's not sustainable at this point. They're going to run out of all of the Social Security fund at this level is going to completely run out of money come 2035. However, it keeps on fluctuating because they're assuming that at the current amount of money that's being generated, today, as a result of, able to do a lot more rapidly. I'm able to create image and art and marketing and all kinds of things, and use it and write code rapidly because of AI. I don't have to hire people to do these things anymore. And AI is definitely coming for the video industry. It's coming. It's definitely coming for those jobs, where you have editors, video editors. Video editing is stressful. And right now, basically, video editors have lots of power. But I'm telling you that Apple and all of these companies, a lot of these companies are working on the tools right now that will allow us to create videos like MKBHD out of thin air using a couple of prompts. And it's literally, guys, I'll be able to create documentary style videos. Many of you guys have been asking me for documentaries. One of the documentaries that I want to do is talking about the fall of the Roman Empire. I've talked about it a bit, but I really want to do a full in-depth documentary for you guys about the fall of the Roman Empire. I did one many years ago. It was very, very good, but don't have that anymore. And I want to talk about how the Roman Empire fell in more debt and all the different things and pieces that played a role in that. Because they say, because Mark Twain said, it's not that history repeats itself, it's that history rhymes. Okay, which is basically, it does repeat itself. Events that happened before will happen again. Just like back in 1919 or right around there, we had an event that also affected the world, just like we had in 2020. Guys, the stock markets crashed in 1929. We were going through what they call the roaring 20s, where people believed that things were better than they really were. Who's to say that people actually believed that things were better than they really were? And the reality is, everyone knew that things were not going well, but they were being gaslit. Look at our society right now, where we have been gaslit by the administration that was in office, telling us that things were better than they really were. Americans can't even afford basic groceries right now. Like I said, guys, this is going to be a major opportunity for a lot of you to get rich, because there is a specific cryptocurrency right now that is going to go to the moon. Like I said, I'm dropping 10K in this. If I could drop 100K, I would drop 100K, because I know I'm going to make an insane amount of money. You will become a millionaire, guys. And the key to this coin is, if you could own just even one of these coins, it is going to be guys, I'll tell you right now, it's not Ethereum. It's not Ethereum. It's not Stellar. It's not Dogecoin. It's none of those. Okay? It is a coin that most people don't know about, don't talk about. It's well known. It's well known. It's been around for a very long time. And I am a cryptocurrency expert. Do not miss out. You have nothing to lose. Telling you right now, you have nothing to lose at all. Click on the link in the description. Head over to the to Angry's Crypto Academy. Check it out. What the hell do you have to lose? What the hell do you have to lose? All right? Men are chilling as it all collapses. Women are going to find themselves in extraordinary amounts of hardship, because men are living happily in a shoebox at the side of the road, while women, they want a lot more. Women cannot live simple lives. Most women cannot live simple lives. Simplicity is a luxury for men. Simplicity is a tort. It's a misery for women, because women like to complicate things, and they also like to have extraordinary amounts of possessions, because they're constantly trying to fill an emptiness inside of themselves that God said that basically would be filled by motherhood. But because women are no longer marrying or having children, they have turned to consumerism to fill that emptiness, and it will never be enough. And of course, as a result of not being able to provide for themselves, cook, clean, and do these things, they say it's patriarchal. You have women on social media who are saying things like they want a husband to come, and they need a man to cook for them. Guys, women say that it is patriarchal and oppressive for her to cook for anyone, including herself, but then they're on social media saying that they need a man to come and cook for them. They can't take care of themselves. And these are people who do not like us, and had things like, delete all men on Twitter, give your money to women on Twitter. When they saw that they could push these social messages, this type of thing on Twitter, they went crazy with it. Hashtag M2, all of this stuff. Guys, there's no coming back from it. Men are going to get extremely wealthy as we enter into the next financial crisis. Okay? So y'all better be prepping. Y'all better be prepping. What do you think about this, guys? Men are chilling as it all collapses. Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA Men walking away. And cheers.